Hello again, welcome back to another edition of Austin's American Flyer, where today we look at a Berkshire, and it's got a couple things that need some attention on it, and so I thought I'd invite you to join me today as we delve into something a little different than our traditional American Flyer.
Bottom chassis, well, to take the shell off of the electronics chassis, there's a screw here, 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 and here. Those 4 screws, you take those out and you can separate the two. Now, it's challenging with the smoke unit. There's some additional screws. The reason I know this is because I took it apart because I noticed in the video, which you can see here, how this engine was chuffing when it first started. In other words, we're getting puffs of smoke with slow revolutions. And after running for a fairly short amount of time, that wasn't happening. And you couldn't get any smoke until you're going pretty fast, and so on and so forth. And so I concluded that the smoke fan was either getting hung up, it burned out. I didn't know what it was. So I brought it over here to the workbench, was hoping I could actually jumper the engine out with the shell apart and the smoke unit, kind of like we do with post-war Flyer, to see what was going on with the fan. Ran into this thing, then that thing, then I couldn't get it to operate. I think there's some grounding that happens when everything's together. And to be honest with you, I just didn't have the patience to keep messing with it. And I was also simultaneously concerned that I was going to screw something up. So I put it all back together, and before I did that, I put one tiny drop of oil down into the impeller on the smoke fan. And it seems to have done the trick, as you can see in these clips. The one thing that I am having problems with now that I didn't before was this front bogie lead truck keeps coming off the track. And I realized after it happened about the third time, oh, wait a minute, I put this washer on the front or below, and it should be behind. In other words, this washer is preventing the truck from coming down quite as far as it should. So I'm going to take care of that. Well, actually, I'm going to have to take this screw out. The other thing I discovered when I had it apart is there's a single wire to this pickup. So as you can see, based on the schmutz here, there's a single, whoa, hello. There's a single side of the circuit that is picked up by this front wheel. And it's supplemental. In other words, it's not the only wheel. These are also picking up, but the solder joint had come apart. So anyhow, when I had everything else apart, I saw that and took care of it. So that was cool. All right, so here's what I'm doing. Putting washer on either side of the spring. Actually, no. I want to put 2 washers on the top of the spring. I'm pretty sure that's how they had it. And then the spring was down over this, like that. There we go. And that's going to add a little bit more downforce to this front truck. Give it a little more travel down as well. And that should take care of the sudden issue with this thing popping off. Now, as previously stated, there's a challenges with this electronic stuff, because if it goes bad, you're up a creek. I mean, unless you have the ability to test for bad diodes and resistors and everything else that's in these circuit boards, you're not necessarily going to be able to troubleshoot. Or if you get a whole new board, maybe. But I gotta say, this thing is so much fun. Having it slowly chuff and have that smoke pouring out of there like it should is really cool. Having the ability to control the whistles, so I can actually whistle using prototypical road signals, which is awesome. That's so much fun. There are some things about this I wish were different, because I used to have HO sound engines that could do even more sounds. So I wish there was more this could do, but at the same time, it looks great. It's super heavy. It pulls like a Clydesdale. I had 35 cars on it. 3/4 of the way around the layout, this thing was just, I mean, it didn't notice anything was behind it. I actually had cars, in curves coming off the track because of the heavy train. So anyhow, really impressed. So my hope is, if I take good care of this, pay real close attention to keeping the smoke fluid in there, making sure that it's not getting too much power from the transformer or too little power, I'm hoping that it will hold up really well. So that's my review.